Danny, and I am totally in my nightgown, and I just got Simon to sleep. My house, well, not my house, my kitchen is a complete disaster. I have already gotten like halfway through the dishes and there's still that many left. And like, let's not even talk about the kitchen. My son, Simon, is almost 2 and he is in the stage where he and I are just best friends. We are connected to the hip. He is by my side 24/7, and he's also just very curious. You've probably seen those videos where it's like the moms are trying to clean and the toddlers are pulling stuff out faster than they can get them put in. That is totally my life right now. And so, like, it's just really hard for me to stay on top of my house because when I'm trying to do, like, housework, he's either helping me or hanging on to my leg or trying to, like, grab the sharp knives out of the dishwasher. So it's just a struggle right here. So I'm going to get to my weigh-in results and then tell you a little bit about my really busy week. I mean, every week is busy, I'm sure, for everybody. But this week particularly has felt really busy. I just feel like we have a ton of projects at home that we're working on and that I have going on with the job that I do from home, which is a bookkeeping job, so obviously end of the year. Just really busy, and it's all good things, but my time to kind of do, you know, my interneting, as I call it, has been like almost non-existent. So I have been watching as many videos as I can. That's why I haven't been commenting and posting like I normally do. So hopefully this next week, when my husband has a few more days off, I can kind of get back to that because it just brings me so much joy. So anyway, I'm going to finish doing my dishes and loading the dishwasher and cleaning up while I do my little report. And I hope that's okay. In my nightgown. And then I'm actually going to be taking the nightgown off and putting my sweatpants on and going to hang out with my girlfriend that I haven't seen in forever, one of my best friends, and we are going to go to the gas station and she's going to get a Slurpee and I am going to get frozen yogurt. And I had already worked this into my plan and I can't wait. It's going to be delicious. So, my weigh-in. I lost 1.4 pounds. Yes! 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 Seriously, I could lose 0.1 pounds and I would still want to just like stop the meeting, get out my tap shoes, get out like some gloves and like maybe a baton and like a sequin vest, and I, you know, would preferably also like to have a microphone because if you can't tell, I am a bit eccentric and on the dramatic side, and I would love to do a full-on tap dance with song every time I have any kind of a loss. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, but then you start getting into like the full pound weight losses. Those are still so shocking to me because the first almost year of Weight Watchers, it was like 0.2, 0.4, point nothing, and then I gained, and then, you know, I rarely lost a full pound. And then when I made the switch over to no wheat, high fat, low carb, I have not really, I mean, really honestly and truly, except for, you know, some stretches of time where, you know, I was just kind of inconsistent with staying true to my program, I'm not eating less food, really. I use up all of my Smart Points, and I'm pretty sure that since Smart Points has started, I have used up all of my weeklies, if not all of my weeklies plus some. So I'm really not eating like less food, because I started losing like in the pounds, like okay, lose like a pound before Smart Points rolled out. If anything, Smart Points made it made it hard for me to keep losing for a little while I kind of figured it out. But I guess what the point is it's just once you figure out what works for you, it is awesome. And if counting smart points and doing nothing else, you know, not watching carbs or sugar or treats or grains or anything is working for you, then that is awesome. This is what's working for me. You know, being really careful about my carbs. I've finally started to feel like I can work a few more little like treat things in every once in a while. I feel like I'm really starting to get the hang of the smart points. So I just feel like I'm on fire, honestly. This week I started getting up at 5 o'clock again. I went through a really tired spell around Christmas time. And like low energy, I am no stranger to that. I have Hashimoto's and I have a 2-year-old. And but I mean, this is like super, super tired. And I'm sure some of that was related to having more carbs some days, less carbs the other, just kind of getting my traction again with the smart points. And I feel like this week I nailed it. It was like a great week. I've just been having a lot of trial and error, like, okay, this is a great week, this is a bad week, this was a great day, but I feel like I'm kind of evening out, which feels good. So my grand total is 25.8 pounds. And I just want to say that and do a little jazz dance. My sequins are in Simon's room, so I can't go get those, unfortunately. And you know I have sequins. You know I have more than one sequined outfit. Can't you tell? And I'm going to be doing a lot of hand washing. We are so far behind. We had, our dishwasher really needed cleaned, and that just like backed up all of the dishes, and I'm still trying to recover, and that was like 2 days ago. So anyway, where was I? Sequins, weight loss. Yeah, I'm at 25.8 pounds, and I didn't know, but when you go to the meetings, when you hit 25 pounds, they give you a special charm. So I think it was 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got 10%, and I knew I was getting a charm for that, and that was awesome. And then today when they're like, we have a special award for you, I was like, what? Say what? For me? Okay, call my name, I'll come on down, everybody give me a high five. So I'm coming up to the front, and they gave me this cute little charm that says 25 pounds on it, and it's on my keychain. But my hands are soaking wet, and so I'll just leave it at that. But I'm just feeling good. Like, I don't know, this week has just been a good week. So I get asked a lot because I do the high fat, low carb, and it is not the most like, I don't want to, congruent to smart points, because, sorry, I hope you can hear me over the water, because it's not high protein, and I think that's where I keep getting kind of hung up. It's like almost everything that I eat in my normal food plan is pretty high in points, because the main thing that I'm trying to get in my diet is fat. And so I started double tracking on my FitnessPal, and that really helped me, because then I could see my macronutrients. I was able to see on just like a typical day what percentage of my diet was fat, what was carbs, and what was protein. And the first day that I did it, my carbs and protein were about 20% each, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I had 68% fat, something like that. No, that math doesn't add up. Anyway, my fat was in the 60s, and I mean, that was good, but I'd like it to be in the 70s. And so I have just kind of started to cut back a little bit on my carbs. And that has actually really helped with my appetite. I can feel it when I have multiple servings of carbs throughout the day. My appetite is like, whew, I really have the peaks and valleys. And that's trying to eat, you know, just a few servings of carbs per day. So I'm just learning. I am just kind of sensitive to the carbs, and diabetes runs in my family. I had gestational diabetes, and so I just know that that's something that I just kind of have to be aware of. And sorry, where I was going with this is the adjustment to Smart Points has been brutal for me. Honestly, it has been the hardest change. I have so many dishes. Oh my gosh, I'm like soaking wet. I'm gonna have to like change my underwear. I'm just drenched. So anyway, it's hard because I'm only eating about I only eat 1 serving of animal protein. Now, yes, some of the things that I eat, like the eggs and the yogurt, that has protein in it, but it's mostly fat. So the foods that I go for are, I try to do fats. So the full fat yogurt, full fat, I don't eat a ton of cheese. I probably have cheese maybe once a day, every other day. So it'll be like olive oil, some peanut butter, some nuts, and as you know, those are all really high in the points. So I told myself that I would try Smart Points strict Smart Points for 3 weeks. And that was when it first rolled out. So like what, mid-December? So it's been about 6 weeks, because I just wanted to see. And I mean, I remember the first week I was like, I'm changing this, I'm counting my fats how I want. And I was like, no, Stephanie, see how you feel, see how you do. And this is where I'm at. I feel like I could keep doing Smart Points as is, and it would be okay. And I would always most likely probably use all my weeklies before the end of the week is over. And maybe have like just a few left for my last day, which is fine. But I told myself that I would do Smart Points as is, and then I wanted to compare it to having a little bit more fat in my diet. And I'm not talking like, oh, we'll use my weeklies, but there's something mentally that makes me feel like a failure and frustrated and like a hungry heifer when I go over on my points. It's a mental thing, and I have tested it out. And then it's like, well, I'm already over by 3, and then that mentality of like, well, I mean, who cares? I'm gonna have this anyway, so now I'm over by 7. And then I'm just like kind of chasing, you know, that's why I kind of run out kind of soon, because then, you know, going over by 6, all of a sudden I'm over by 9. Well, and then that's just for 1 day. And that's just, you know, like the first day of the week, the weekend. So this is what I've decided to do. And I have given this so much thought, and I have gone back and forth, back and forth. In fact, I will show you what I mean. Oh, dang it. My olive oil is missing the nutrition facts. I remember because Simon peeled them off. But if you look at this, coconut oil, 120 calories, 14 grams of fat. Ignore that they're saturated. Look at the carbs, 0 protein. Okay, look at this. This is vegetable soybean oil. And this is just in my food storage, so I have it, but look at those nutrition facts. 120 calories, 14 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein. I think that's it. Then I have olive oil. Here's my point. My body is not going to have any kind of a different like reaction when I'm metabolizing the coconut oil the way that it would if I was having something with a variable amount of carbohydrates and protein. So I know that Weight Watchers is trying to lead people toward, this should probably be a separate video, maybe I will make a separate video, but I know that they are trying to lead people toward the healthiest choices possible. So for most people that are still eating carbohydrates, still eating protein, maybe a high protein, I think that it's understandable why keeping an eye on the saturated fat is a good idea. For somebody like me, I am not at all trying to avoid saturated fats. In fact, I'm trying to avoid unsaturated fats like soybean oil. And I want the saturated fat. I shouldn't say I'm trying to avoid those kinds of fats, but I want some saturated fats in my diet. I want it from grass-fed butter. I want it from coconut oil. And then I want some plant-based fats like avocados, olive oil. Those are all good fats. But I am not trying to limit my saturated fat. So, a tablespoon of the soybean oil is 4 smart points. A tablespoon of my coconut oil is 7 smart points. And the difference is the saturated fat. So this is what I have come to. The calories are the same. The fat grams are the same. The protein is the same. The sugars are the same. So the sugars are definitely what kind of can spike insulin, lead to feeling hungry, not feeling full. But I figure, really, because I'm not trying to watch saturated fat, because I'm also having a diet low in carbohydrates, and most of the saturated fat that I'm getting is plant-based, and then the little bit of animal saturated fat that I'm getting is from grass-fed cows, and I feel good about that. I'm going to go back to experimenting with just equalizing all of the fats that I have. So if I have a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, I'm counting it as 4 smart points. If I have a tablespoon of coconut oil, I'm counting it as 4 smart points. I won't be having vegetable oil. Sorry, no thank you. I won't be having canola oil. I won't be having soybean oil. I won't be having corn oil, nothing like that. I will be having some olive oil, and they will all be 4 smart points. Oh, my husband just got home. Hi. Emergency. He's gonna say my Bessie kitchen. Did you come to help me? Spell me off. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be experimenting for the next 6 weeks. And then I want to compare how I feel. How was my energy? How was my alertness? How did my meal planning go? How did my meal prep go? How, you know, just mentally, how did I feel? Did I even feel different? How did my weight do? So, yeah, I'm excited to give myself permission to just try it. And this is for me. And this is something that I have thought long and hard about. I don't want to necessarily go back to points plus, even though I was having phenomenal success on that, because I do like that Smart Points does help me really think about having a treat or a sweet. Because this last week, I think I mentioned in another video, and if I didn't, I had 2 tablespoons of mini M&Ms, and I thought it might be like 3 smart points. What do I know? I don't eat M&Ms very often. It was 7 smart points. So, you know, it's just been a learning experience, and so now I know now I know that if I want those, I'll just have to plan for them. I'm not going to cut them out. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm soaking wet. I still have so many dishes, and I'm going to finish up here and then go hang out with my friend for like an hour because I'm on a strict bedtime of 9:30. So thanks for being patient with me and kind of disappearing for this week, and I hope that over the weekend I can get some more videos going, and I've finally figured out how to use my video editing program, which is awesome. I'm super excited. I probably have 20 videos that I've recorded and I haven't been able to edit them and upload them, so that's why I just keep using my phone. But my cat has the most like irritating meow ever. Hi. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi. She sounds so terrifying, but she's really a sweet cat. Anyway, so I'm gonna go, and thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!